Hey everyone, welcome back to Hitch to Hike. In this video, we'll share with you everything about our 4-day adventure in Australia's island state of Tasmania. Before we jump into the detailed itinerary, here are two fun facts about this island state. Fun fact number 1. Nearly half of Tasmania is protected wilderness. So if you're all about nature, this place is unmissable. Fun fact number 2. The air here in Tasmania, it is officially known to be the cleanest in the world. All the more reason for you to plan your next trip here. We flew to Tasmania from Melbourne as a quick side trip when we were on our main Great Ocean road trip. And there's a detailed video about that on our channel, so do check that out if you want to. But for this video, back to Tasmania. Let's help plan your Tassie adventure right now. We took a quick 1 hour flight from Melbourne to Hobart, Tasmania's capital. It sits beautifully between a harbour and mountains. Founded in 1804, it's Australia's second oldest capital city after Sydney. We grabbed our rental car right at the airport. A rental car is absolutely essential for you to explore areas beyond the city limits. Our base was Tower Motel, central location, clean rooms, friendly staff, just perfect for our day trips. You could also rent a lot of Airbnbs that are available on the island. Day 1 at Bruny Island. We started early with a drive to Kettering, 40 minutes south of Hobart. That's where we caught the car ferry to Bruny Island. The crossing only took 20 minutes. We spotted dolphins playing in the ferry's wake. Bruny is actually two islands connected by a narrow strip called the Neck. We climbed the 279 steps to Truganini Lookout. The views here are spectacular. This area serves as a critical habitat for fairy penguins and shearwaters. Next, we explored Adventure Bay. Captain Cook and even Charles Darwin anchored here during their voyages. The white sand squeaked under our feet. Crystal clear waters stretched to the horizon. Best part, we had huge sections of the beaches entirely to ourselves. Pro tips for Bruny Island: book ferry tickets in advance. Pack layers, the weather changes pretty quickly. Download offline maps, reception is a bit spotty in certain parts of the island. Allow a full day, rushing is criminal in this beautiful island. Day 2 Road Trip to Bay of Fires. We embarked on our 4.5 hour drive to Tasmania's northeastern coast. The Bay of Fires beckoned with promise of extraordinary beaches. We broke up the journey with stops along the way. Tasmania's winding roads offered constantly changing scenery. After driving through rainforests and farmland, we arrived at the Bay of Fires. It's known for its unique, vibrant, orange colored granite boulders. The color comes from a lichen that thrives in clean air. The more orange you see, apparently the better the air quality. So cool! Benelong Bay marked our entry to this 50-kilometer coastal paradise. The sand was incredibly fine. It actually squeaked under our feet, pure quartz. The water clarity was unbelievable. Tasmania sits in the path of the roaring 40s winds. These winds travel uninterrupted across thousands of miles of ocean. They bring the cleanest air and water to these shores. We visited Swimcart Beach with its sheltered swimming coves. The best photos can be snapped at sunset when the orange rocks literally glow. Remember to stock up on supplies in St. Helens. It's the last major town before the bay. Free camping exists at the designated sites for those properly equipped. But if you're planning a day trip, Do plan ahead and try returning before sunset. Day 3, Mount Wellington and Botanical Gardens. Our final morning took us up Mount Wellington. The mountain towers 1,271 meters above Hobart. It creates its own weather systems. Temperatures run about 10 degrees Celsius cooler than the city below, and snow can fall any time of the year. Exciting, right? Our final stop before flying out was the Royal Tasmania Botanical Gardens. Established in 1818, the second oldest botanical gardens of Australia. These 14 hectares showcase plants from Tasmania and from across the world. The highlight was the sub-Antarctic plant house. It's apparently the only one of its kind globally. If you have more time than our 3 days, don't miss these local favorites. Wineglass Bay, consistently rated among the world's top 10 beaches, the perfect curve of white sand resembles a wine glass from above. And then there's Cradle Mountain, the Museum of Old and New Art, Port Arthur, and Maria Island. Tasmania may be small, but it packs incredible diversity, from its pristine beaches to ancient rainforests, all within a few hours' drive. We barely had to share it with anyone. Most beaches were nearly empty. The locals are genuinely friendly. The seafood is ridiculously fresh if you're a seafood lover. If you love this itinerary, hit that like button. It helps us keep creating. Don't forget to subscribe for more travel guides and road trips. Follow us on Instagram at Hitch2Hike for reels, tips, and updates. Got questions about Tasmania? DM us. We always reply. See you on the next adventure.